Good morning, Year 7. I hope you've had a lovely holiday and Happy New Year to you all. So we're on CSL, and this is just a little tutorial just to give us a reminder on how to make really good notes from your textbook. Okay, so I'm just going to move myself around the screen here so you can see everything. So we're on ecology and environment, and I want you to use your textbooks at home as well. To start off with, we'll do some training on how to use them. And then what I'll be doing is setting your homework so you can use those skills to prepare for the lessons. And we'll do something maybe a little bit more fun in the lessons over the course of the next few weeks. So here's our first page. So if you turn to your textbook page, 24, 25 in your textbook, you need that in front of you. Pause it if you haven't got it and go and get it. And here we have first lesson environments, different environments, which we've had a look at in the outdoor classroom and around the school. Now, the first thing I want you to do when we're looking at these is, in your notebooks, keep it nice and tidy. So the first thing you want to do is write down this title. Okay? And the title is Environments, and this is what your notes are going to be all about, okay? So that's our title, Environments. We're learning about the environment, adaptations and habitats. So really, the textbook's pretty good, and it helps us out here. It actually gives us all the key words that we need to understand. Here's one: environment, organism, habitat, condition, equator, and so on and so on. Adapted and adaptations. We actually chose to use the word specialise. I'll see if I can write that clearly. Hopefully you can see that. Spell it properly. S-P-E-C-I-A-L-I-S-E-D, specialise. So an organism is specialised to live in a certain environment. Now, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 keywords there that you really need to know before we start making progress, understanding what this double page spread is talking about. So let's take the first one, environment, up here. This one here. So in your glossary, it does actually say what the environment is. The environment is the world around us. It includes everything living and non-living. Sunlight, water, rock, salt, rock, air, and all living things are included in the environment. But if you're not sure still, what you can do is look in the glossary. So I've got my textbook here in front of me. So if you go to the glossary, right at the back of the page, it has all the bold words at the back here. Look, if you can see that. Okay. And if you look on page 136, so 136, environment is on that page and it tells you what it means. What I want you to do is write down then the meanings of those 7 words: environment, organism, habitat, condition, equator, adapted, and adaptations. All right. So you can use the textbook pages, or you can actually use the glossary at the back of the book. It's all in alphabetical order. So just pause the video and go and find those keywords and write them down in your notebook really nice and neatly, so you've got that first lesson keywords done. Okay. So now I'm going to carry on. What else I want you to know, and I'm going to need to rub out a few, I'll just rub out these ones, okay? Because the next thing I want you to do is write down some of the important things that this textbook is asking you to write down. So do you remember? And it might be that some of these keywords actually you've already written down. But down here in the bottom right-hand corner for your notes, this is going to help you understand maybe the links between an organism, the environment, and the habitat, and it's also going to make you understand, what adaptations or specializations actually are, because they need to be adapted to the conditions. So those 2 boxes in red, I want you to write those down as well. Okay, you can pause the video and do that now. The next thing I would like you to do, I'm going to go in green now, is on your own, write down these questions. A, B, C, I'll just circle the C, D, and E. Now write those down in your book, and actually I want you to use the textbook pages to find the answers to those questions. So let's do the first one, A, first of all. How are the rainfall and temperatures different in central Antarctica and in a tropical rainforest? So if we look here, rainfall and temperature in a tropical rainforest, it says here 127 centimeters of rainfall per year, and it's also very hot. So to make that comparison, central Antarctica would be extremely cold, and also it would also not have rainfall. What would it have? It would have a huge amount of snowfall instead of rain. So the water would be frozen, right? So that's the answer to question number A, question letter A. All right, so the next questions, all of these you can find within the body of the text. So you actually have to read the text to answer those questions. And the question should be, if it's question B, it will just be in the text above here. Question C should be in the text above here. Question D, etc., etc. Yep. So it's just splitting it up and making sure that you read those texts on each page. And if you have any problems, obviously you can message me in Teams, snip a little image to your mates or to me, and ask, okay, where's the answer to this question? And I can then help you out during class so that we can both find it together. All right. When you finish that, what we're going to do is break out into groups, and together in groups of maybe 3 or 4, let's go a different color here, we're going to try and answer the questions here together. Okay, there's going to be, well, let's say there's 3 of you in a group. One person is going to be charged with the task of actually writing the answers to the questions in the chat group, and the other 2, or all 3 of you really, will try and find the answers to the question, and then when I post the answers up afterwards, we can check our own answers. Okay? And any questions, obviously, you just post in your chat. I can see exactly what you're doing, because I can come into your little chat rooms and see what you're doing. Okay? Once we've all finished that and we've got a good understanding and a good reminder of what the environment is and organisms' habitat conditions and how different environments are different, then we can move on to the next lesson. All right? So, hope that makes sense. Pause the video if you need to at any point, and rewind or forward to the next task. Okay, I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.